Hey guys, Walty 1911, and this is an update video on my leather gun belts. Back in April, I put together a video showing the 3 leather gun belts that I owned, and I said I would go back after 6 or 7 months, wear the belts on a daily basis, and then come back and give you my honest review and my honest opinion of these belts. Excuse me while I pull up my pants, since all 3 of my belts are on the table. So, I'm titling this video The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. So let's start with the good. This is my black 1.25" bull hide belt, double thick, from the Beltman in North Carolina. You can see that, and as you can see, there's some scratching on there on the inside. All right, and that's due probably from my cell phone clip, and on occasion I will wear a firearm with a holster with this 1.25" belt, and that's okay because this belt's so strong. It has no problem holding a holster, a spare mag, keys, cell phone, or anything. So this belt is really my daily wear belt for work. And I could actually wear this with a suit if I wanted to. It's a nice looking belt. It's got a little bit of wear right up in the cinch point here, but it doesn't seem to have gotten worse over the last 6 or 7 months. So this belt is definitely good. All right, it's got a couple Chicago screws here and a nice big thick piece of leather holding the belt on, the belt buckle. So overall, this has been an excellent belt, and even though it's only 1.25", it would still hold a firearm. Very good. Now for the bad, this is my Comp-Tac Minotaur holster. This belt is 1.25" in the front where the cinch point is and where the buckle is, and then it expands to 1.5" where you would wear a holster, your mag pouches, your flashlights, or whatever else that you're going to carry on your belt. Now I say this belt is bad because I mean it's badass. Comp-Tac got it right when they designed this holster. A couple different reasons. It's completely and utterly supportive of anything you put on it. It's a bull hide belt. It's got a nice finished leather interior, and it's got a piece of Kydex which is stitched inside where there's center stitches here. Nice piece of Kydex. This belt wears very nicely. Comp-Tac got it right in a couple different points. On the edges of the belt, they didn't try to get fancy and finish it off. What they did was they used some suede in here. So there's no way that this belt is going to mar or the finish is going to wear off because it is suede. That was very smart. The other thing they did is they used 3 Chicago screws to hold the buckle on. And look how thick that piece of leather is. It's almost as thick as the belt. And they added a double keeper. This belt is contoured. When I first received this belt, you know, it's almost an oval shape as opposed to round, so it would fit your hips. And in the back, and I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not, it is also contoured to rise up a little bit for the small of your back. So this belt fits you from day one, as long as you order the right size. When I bought this belt was about $70. Absolutely worth every dime. I could wear this every day and I don't worry about it wearing out or anything. Now this is a great concealed carry belt especially if you have an open garment, because what you'll see in the front is 1.25 inches. It looks just like a regular dress belt, but then it flares out. And this is where you get your strength. Your 1.25 inches to hold your holster, you know, whatever kind of gun you carry, and whatever accessories that you put on there. So the bad is for badass. Comp-Tac did it right. Now for the ugly, this again is a horsehide belt from the Belt Man in Apex, North Carolina. As you can see, the scratch marks here that are pretty deep, and they're actually almost going into the stitching here on the bottom, and that's a concern for me. Ugly? Yes. Within a week, 10 days or so, this started to wear off. The black edged finish was just almost completely worn off. Now, I was very disappointed with that based on the amount of money that I spent on this particular belt. This belt was over $100. Now, from what I understood and what I was told when I ordered this belt, that the horsehide is stronger than bullhide. It's going to wear better. I don't know if I believe that. As you can see with this belt, I mean, this is just from normal everyday wear. It's just getting beat up. Now, I'm not so much concerned with it looks beat up, because as far as I'm concerned, a gun belt is not a fashion statement. All right, it's a tool. It's a tool to hold, a tool that's going to protect you. All right, so I'm not so concerned with what the outside looks like, because it is a tool. All right, so it did get a little flimsy compared to some of the other belts. I mean, I could never do this when I first got it. So I don't know if that's a tendency for a horsehide, but it is strong. And once this belt is on your hip, you know, whatever you're carrying on, it ain't moving. So it is ugly compared to the other two. And I definitely would not purchase another belt like this. No way. All right, there's a lot of other manufacturers out there that if I was going to order another belt, you know, I may look at first. And the other concern I have about this belt is it's got the 2 Chicago screws. It's got 1 keeper. But look at this flimsy piece of leather here. I mean, that to me that just doesn't make sense. If you got a belt that's that thick, why would you put this cheap piece of leather on like this? And what I'm concerned about is that these screws will back out. And if you keep tightening these screws down, eventually what's going to happen, and I can see it a little bit here already, this piece of leather is just going to crack where the screws are. So I don't think it's the best design. And again, for the amount of money that I spent on this belt, I'm disappointed in how it's wearing. Now going back to the good, with the 1.25 inches, this belt wears very nicely. And I may go back and purchase another belt, probably either in the chestnut or a dark brown. And it can be used as a dress belt that's never going to wear out. Not like a cheap, you know, Walmart type belt. But so the 1.25 inches, good. The 1.5 inch Comp-Tac, badass. The $100 horsehide belt, ugly. So anyway, guys, if you're in the market for a belt, you know, shop around. There's a lot of companies out there. If I was going to recommend any one of these belts, it would definitely be the Comp-Tac. Good quality belt, well constructed, well thought out, and you can't go wrong with this belt. So If you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know. I'd be more than happy to help you out. And thanks for watching. I'll see you.